Hi folks, welcome to my Retro Journal. Today I'm going to be working on my Amiga, trying to get it ready. I have some floppies arriving. Chris Edwards, creator of Pi Amiga, sent me some floppy disks for the Amiga to boot off of for my 2.0 ROM version. And so they're going to be arriving soon, and I wanted to get my mouse and a few other things. So I have this LED set of that goes on the Amiga. The cables are actually off, and so I think having looked it up online, green, orange, red are what I have to resolder on. Certainly my mouse, which is in pieces, these buttons don't work, and I do have replacement buttons, so I just need to unsolder these. Got my solder gun and solder socket, and solder the new ones on. And then I have this cable, which I just last time I hooked my floppy up to my to the Amiga, I just had this cable, and probably want to not just have this be with electrical tape. And so I unfortunately only have this much shrink wrap tubing, so I don't know if I have enough to actually do this particular one. Plus I've got to figure out how long does this actually have to be. I suppose the extra length isn't an issue, but I should actually check online to see. And then also I should probably clean this is the unit, and you can see it's really dirty, so I have a little bit of IPA. So maybe I will do that first, and then what I will, or no, I think I'll situate the camera such that it's focusing in on this area, and then I can do all these various things, and we'll see how it goes. I think I want to have my, this isn't on yet. I want this on the right side so I can actually take it out. So let me resituate the camera, but that's all I'm going to do. Is I'm going to do a little bit of soldering, try to get my mouse up to speed, although I'm not going to do the, again, it still has that 2000 written on there. I'll figure that out later once I have it together, but I just want to make sure that I can get it working, because these switches, as I showed last time, do not work. This one's completely frozen, and this one has a little bit of a click, but these two new switches with white tops, they sound really nice. So I will do that. So I think I'll focus in on this area. I'll have my soldering iron on this side, and then see if I can't do a little bit of soldering to get this stuff out, and also clean this stuff up with some IPA. And I think I have a Q-tip right here. So yeah, that's all I'm going to do today. So it probably won't be, a 20-minute video. I don't know how long this will take me, although sometimes these things take longer. As I said, I may not be able to figure out how to do this one because I just don't have enough shrink wrap. I'll have to order some or find some. All right, so let me resituate the camera, and we'll get to doing some Amiga stuff today. As my soldering iron is heating up, let me see if I can't just clean these up, because this is filled with crud. Yeah, that is a lot of crud on here. Is that rust? Oh, it's coming off. Oh, that's the wheel. You don't want to break anything here. You just want to get rid of this dirt. All right, it's coming off. Wow, that is definitely a. Let me take it off camera for a sec. Yeah, there's just a lot of crud on here. And also here. Let's give me a little bit more IPA. All right, more IPA. Let's try this side. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak it in IPA by putting a lot on this Q-tip. I'm just going to put it off to the side and let it soak in. see if that has an impact. So I'm just going to soak it by having it sit there like that. You can see that there's corrosion on that. So yeah, that's about as good as I can get it for now without, I don't want to scrape off too much of this, worrying that I might damage the rollers. So I'll leave it at that for now and see if there's any sort of, I'll read online to see if there's any sort of chemical I can use to get rid of this. I don't know if it's rust or corrosion, but so now what I want is I want to actually remove this, and one way to do that potentially would be to grab a screwdriver. This escaped. All right, I think what I want to do is see if I can't just pry this out. Smaller screwdriver. Pry this out while I'm soldering. Sometimes a little bit of force. Smaller screwdriver. There is a gap underneath here that I might be able to exploit. There we go. Maybe on this side, yeah. Smaller screwdriver. Let's see if this will work. And let's see if we can't heat this up. Yeah, that's definitely heating up. There we go. Now I've got it under there, and I can apply pressure while I desolder this. There we go. And this side is out. Yep. And now this side is just a matter of pulling on this. Or maybe we just push up on it. There we go. Oh, one more. Right here. There we go. Oh, well, that flew on the ground. And there is our bad one. And so, looking at how they're aligned this way. So I need to just be able to put this one on like that. And again, opposite of what I just did, which is just heat this up and push them in. That may not work because they may not be. I'll probably have to straighten these out a little bit. See what these look like. So I'll just straighten these out a little bit so that they can go in here. Yeah. Straight in. Perfect. And now if I just apply pressure and heat, they should actually sort of sink in there. There we go. Both sides. There we go. So the least amount of yeah, they're all the way down in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push and let the solder sort of flow on both of these. And I think probably could use a little bit more solder on them, and I do have some solder. So let me add a little bit of solder on this. Let me just weigh this down so it's not going to come out. And let's solder. Let's add some solder here. There we go. Yeah, that'll do it. That one. Oh, it was. There we go. Number 1 done, and yeah, that's good. All right, so let's do the other one, other side. Again, small screwdriver. We're going to squeeze it in here. Squeeze it on. Underneath, and we're gonna. Oh no, this is a little tighter on here than the other one was. Oh no, here we go. We can fit it in under here. Apply some pressure. Heat up the solder pads. There we go. And pops right out. Here we go. And then the same applies here, and this time we just push it in and apply heat. And it just pops out beautifully. Look at that. All right. That one's gone. I've got, this is my next one. And again, these just need to be straightened out. Straighten out. Straighten out. Straighten out. And then pushed in somewhat. And then what we do is we should just seat in there like that. Yep. It's a little fidgety, but it's right here and right here, and then there we go. And again, I'm just going to apply heat. Let's not melt my cable. Let's put this cable to the side. Apply some heat. Apply some heat. Oh, they're coming in here. Apply some heat. There we go. Sit on that side. Apply some heat on this side. Oh, it sits nicely. Heat on this side. And it's flush to the board. And again, this is sort of minimal because we're not really putting too much yeah, so this is the one I want to do here. Yeah, we're not really putting too much heat on the board, and you know, not using a solder sucker to get rid of it. Just using a little bit of pressure, and then we just go and we add a little bit of solder, add a little bit of solder, a little bit of solder, a little bit. Yep. Don't have to overdo it. And I think that is my switch. So that should fix that. And hopefully I haven't destroyed anything yet. All right, so let's get that out of the way. And again, I'm just going to do some soldering. So then the next step is this. What I want to do here is just tin the ends and then try to reconnect it. And I didn't copy I didn't do too much here, so let me just tin that, and this one needs to be tinned better. The thing with soldering, you always have to be careful that you don't actually destroy anything. So here we go. Tin this. There we go. Yeah. And then once you've tinned it, it becomes really easy. And usually what might be a good idea is to get rid of the old. There we go. And then in comes the new. And this, for this, I'm going to just use this just to hold it. It's good to hold it right here. There we go. And I'm going to, can you see it? Yeah. I'm going to, there we go. That's going to hold that up. So green is going to go right here. That's just perfect. Orange. Yep. Again, I want to kind of clean up the orange a little bit. Maybe I should have cleaned them up before. So I'm just going to get rid of the old, because what the old has is a little bit of the old, yep. There we go. I might need to add a little bit more solder for that one. That's perfect. All right. So now let's put this back on here. Suppose I can do it on that one. So again, the orange is towards me and the red is away from me. So maybe I'll do the orange one first. Yep. The orange one is this guy right here. So that's the one I want to solder first. And then the red one is actually on the other side. By no means least, but it's coming through here and it's on this side, yeah. So, here we go. I want to just capture it in here and have the red one be, yeah. Oh, yeah, so the problem is that I'm not good at soldering with my left hand. So let me do it this way. Okay. And all I want is I want to capture this guy right here. It's already been tinned, so it can go really quickly once this is. I think that'll do it. And yeah, they're all back to where they're supposed to be. And they look good. Yeah. All right. So that's done. Off screen. And the final thing are these. And what I did here is I cut them staggered, and I did the opposite for this side. So the yellow is the shorter one. And then I put little heat shrink tubings on the little that I have left. So let's see what happens. I'm going to do the yellow first. So what I want to do is I just want to kind of combine the yellow and the yellow. I have very little, but what I want to do here is if I can go, boom, and these can, or maybe I can just hold one of them. And I want this one just kind of merge with that. There we go. Let's see if I have any solder left on this. that's really all I want to do. Is I just want to. Fortunately, that's what happens is. See if this does it. Not really good. Let's undo that and see what we can do better on this. All right, well, I got this done. It was a little dodgy, but basically, if you see this now, that it kind of lines up, and you can see that yellow, black, black, and then I just have to put these over here and heat shrink them. Hopefully, it's enough. Putting the mouse back together. Again, I'm going to worry about this part later, but so this goes in here, like that, under these. Oops, don't want to break anything, but should be, yeah, it should just sort of slide in under this. Hold on, maybe it doesn't. No, it should. I don't know. There it is. All right, that's in there. And then this fits over here like so. Yep. Fits in there loosely, and then the top fits on top of that. Right, so this goes in here, I think upside down. Or perhaps it goes in like that. Nope. Yeah, I think it goes in like this. And then this just squeezes on top of that. There we go. And that works. Look at that. That's a nice sounding mouse. All right. So we got that back together. Again, I haven't finished cleaning the ball yet, so I'll leave the ball off of that. But that was the goal of that. I got I've got this part fixed. I'm going to hold off putting the heat shrink on this until I inspect this a little closer to see if these are good. But I think they will be good. If the heat shrink doesn't work, I can try. This is a good one, so I can try the heat shrink on this one. Right, and so the way you do heat shrink is you go. Oh, that's funny. I don't think this heat shrink is actually big enough. Yep. I don't know. It's not heat shrinking. Let's try this again. And sadly, one more time. Yeah, I don't think this is the right heat shrink for that because it doesn't shrink at all though, so I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it was too big. One more time. Nope, not doing it. Let me think of another way of doing this. So another option would be to paint this with some paint so that I don't have to undo this because I don't think the heat shrink's going to work. Yeah, but heat shrink would be optimal, but there might be another way of doing this. Again, a little bit of black oil paint might cover this up and a few coats as well. So I'll try different things. If not, I'll just order some heat shrink and redo this part. And then, of course, I've got this part finally taken care of, and that should work. I I might want to get a red LED for the hard disk, but well, right now I'll leave it as is. Okay, so that was, I know it's very messy, but that was the goal today, was to actually get this to back in one piece and get the mouse to actually have this. Again, these things unfortunately are dirtier than they are. It looks like there's corrosion in there, so I got to read up on how to clean that before I put the ball back in there. So kind of a messy video, but I hope you enjoyed me tinkering with my soldering iron and fixing some of my Amiga stuff. I also have to clean this up, and I want to get rid of the up on this. And hopefully once I get the disc, I'll have my first boot up with a working mouse. All right, so I'll end here today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.